All right, guys, so today we're going to talk about reciprocals. And you can see on the screen and on your notes, it says two numbers whose product is 1 are reciprocals. Or you might hear it called multiplicative inverses. And it says to write the reciprocal of a number, first write the number as a fraction and then invert it. So you can see, I think it's in your notes, it says like if you invert a cup, you turn it upside down. So that's really what we're doing with fractions. We're going to find the reciprocal of a fraction by flipping the numerator and the denominator. So it says right here, the reciprocal of a fraction a, b, give any number you can think of for a and b. The reciprocal would be then the opposite, b over a, and as long as a and b don't equal 0. So if you see on your sheet, you have 3/5, 9/5, and 2. So it said the first thing we do is convert these into a fraction. Well, I see that this one is already a fraction, so then all I have to do, guys, all I have to do is invert or create the reciprocal for this number. So if I were to do that, I'm going to make 5 my numerator and 3 my denominator. Now, we said that it is a reciprocal if the product then equals 1. So let's take a look. If we multiplied those together, 3 times 5 is 15. 5 times 3 is 15. 15 over 15 is, yep, it is 1. So we're good on that one. Let's take a look at 9/5. Again, it's already written in fraction form. So all we're going to do is flip the numerator and the denominator. I'm going to invert those, and so 5 has become the numerator and 9 has become the denominator. Let's double check to make sure if we multiplied these together, they'd equal 1. 9 times 5 is 45. 5 times 9 is 45. 45 over 45 is indeed 1. Awesome. So let's do another one. So 2, this one is not written as a fraction, so we have to make it a fraction. Well, we know that to make a whole number a fraction, we put it over the number 1. So 2 over 1 is the same as 2. We're good there. Now we need to find its multiplicative inverse or reciprocal. We're going to flip 2 over 1 to be 1 over 2. Let's test it. 2 times 1 is 2. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 over 2 equals 1. Now, I do want to take a look at another type of problem real fast up here. And sorry, it looks like this got in the way. So we know how to do 1/5, right? We flip it. The multiplicative inverse would be 5 over 1. With 4, we know we would make it a fraction, 4 over 1. So my inverse, my multiplicative inverse, or my reciprocal would be 1 over 4. But what do I do with 1 and 2/3? Here's what I don't do. I do not take it. Let me delete this real fast. I do not take it and go, okay, it's 1 over 3/2. That's not what I do. Here's what I do. I make this an improper fraction. So what that looks like is I do 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2 is 5, keep my denominator. So we learned that in the last lesson. And I always like to double check, so 3 goes into 5 once with 2 left over, so I'm good. So 1 and 2/3 really equals 5/3. And so then I'm going to find the multiplicative inverse, which would then be 3/5 because I flip my numerator and my denominator. So that if someone gives you the number 1 and 2/3 and asks for the multiplicative inverse or the reciprocal, it would be 3/5 because 5/3 is the improper fraction. So there you go. You guys are going to do awesome. Keep working.